What is up, my fellow budget travelers? In this video, I'm going to show you exactly what you need to know before you book your getaway to Grand Palladium, Jamaica. I'll tell you which a la cartes were my favorite, which shows you just can't mix, show you some of my favorite hidden spots on the resort, and if you stick around to the end, I'll show you what they're still recovering from the hurricane. My first two tips have to do with transportation to and from Grand Palladium, Jamaica. The first is that you're going to need an electronic form before you even go into Jamaica. So you can fill this out. It's going to come with your ticket. Just do it before you fly. Just screenshot it and keep it handy. You could use the same one for going and returning. They'll ask you for it at the airport, but otherwise you don't need it, but you definitely have to do it at some point. For more airport tips, check out the video at the end. I talk all about Montego Bay Airport, so you'll know exactly what to expect. Things like booking transportation or Mobay Club. But for this video, we took Amstar as our transportation. So you'll see here on the map, it'll tell you where your service provider is, and then they're going to give you this. And it's very important that you do go ahead and make that appointment that they give you. Make sure you make it there so that you can book your return to the airport. Do not leave it for the last day. Just do it and get it out of the way. That way it's one less thing to be concerned about. And that area is going to be located right down these stairs, basically underneath where I'm standing here. And they'll have a sign that says Amstar. So our appointment was at 4 o'clock. So we just went around the corner here. They're probably going to try and sell you like a package for an excursion, but just say no thanks. That's what we did and they were fine. We arrived around 11:30, 12 o'clock or so. So even if you arrive and your room is not ready, you can still make your a la carte reservations, which I really recommend doing because they book up really quick. I'll make a separate video about all the food at Grand Palladium, Jamaica, but when we arrived, we were still able to catch the breakfast buffet, and honestly, that was my favorite buffet of the whole trip, so I really recommend getting breakfast buffet. They also have a lot of original Jamaican things like liver, which I never have really eaten liver much, but theirs was really good. For the two a la cartes that you definitely need to try, it's the Italian and the steakhouse. Just to keep in mind, the steakhouse is made with goat, so they do like lamb chops and stuff like that also. So it's all made on the same grill. So the steak kind of has a goat lamb kind of flavor to it, just to warn you. But it was really good and really big pieces of steak. And also keep in mind, they're probably going to cook it about medium well. Even if you say medium, it's still gonna be medium well on the well side. That's just how they cook their meat in Jamaica. And the Italian was really nice because they had a really big menu. So you could go multiple times and try different things. And something I really liked about the a la cartes at Grand Palladium, Jamaica was that they had indoor-outdoor dining. So even if you went multiple times, it feels like you're in a different restaurant because maybe one time you ate outside, the next time you ate inside. It was a really nice feature. All the a la cartes also have a bar in the front, so while you're waiting for your table, you can go ahead and get a drink. But these two were definitely the most popular. They were kind of hard to get a reservation for. But if you're looking for a close third option, I would say the Indian restaurant is a good third option. Their food was actually really, really good. It was definitely a Jamaican spin on Indian, but it was delicious. Moving on to entertainment, the international show is always my favorite show anywhere I go to. And Grand Palladium did not disappoint. They put on a really good show. So I definitely think you should not skip this one. And when I get a chance, I'll go ahead and make that another video so you guys can see all the different entertainment that they did have. But here they get really creative with their shows. They even had a Bob Marley tribute band that was down at the beach. So that was fun, just toes in the sand, dancing to Bob Marley. And they also had some sweet snacks for you as well. And coming in third is one that we actually almost skipped, but it was a Michael Jackson tribute. They were crazy good. Like, I could not believe my eyes with the different stunts they were doing and everything. So I'm happy that we made it. We just happened to be walking by because we were on our way to the sports bar. But I'm so happy we caught it because this was a really good show as well. And speaking of the sports bar, you may think it's just somewhere where they're showing TV with all the sports going on, but they've got shuffleboard, pool tables, ping pong. They've got food that you can order. Now here's the hidden gem of this place is they have a menu that you can order off of. So even though they do have this little buffet over here that is 24/7, by the way, there's a whole menu that you can order from that's like calamari, hot food, chicken, wings, that kind of thing. And sorry to say this, if you're a cocktail person, this is the only place you're going to get a good cocktail. I don't know if it's the bartenders or what, but the espresso martinis here are amazing and all the cocktails here were great. Everywhere else they were kind of subpar after we had these ones, so this is definitely the place to be. Another hidden gem at Grand Palladium is the coffee bar. So yes, they have coffee. It's from, I think, 7 in the morning until noon, but it's a whole coffee bar with air conditioning if you need to escape the heat. I would order and just kind of sit outside, but they have specialized cocktails here, and you could also get ones with alcohol in them. They have little snacks and pastries. Again, it's all included. It's all inclusive, right? Or they have one of these machines here if you just need some coffee really fast and don't want to wait in line.
One thing I really love about Grand Palladium is they have all these places for you to explore and hang out. There's all these experiences, and the property is like sprawling, so yeah, man.
This was my go-to as soon as I discovered it. Of course, I didn't discover it until halfway through our trip, but hey, I discovered it anyways. And it had beautiful views of the ocean, so it was a great way to start your mornings off. And my third favorite hidden gem is Sunset Cove. For those of you staying on the Jamaica side of Grand Palladium, this is a bit of a walk, but this is where you're going to find all your water sports that are all included in the packaging. There's things you can rent too, but basically it's all included. And this is also where you're going to find the jerk chicken hut, which I love. I came early in the morning to film just so I didn't get a lot of people in this video, but this is going to be packed with people and you'll be able to smell it from like a mile away. It smells so good over here. And this is the beach as well. It's just kind of like a secluded little beach over here. And as it's called Sunset Cove, this is where you're going to want to come to watch the sunsets, because the sunsets are beautiful in Jamaica. I'll be honest, when I say I spent the whole day at the pool, I was usually sleeping during sunset to take a nap to like gear up for the nighttime and go to dinner and stuff, or getting ready for dinner. But I did catch a couple sunsets that were beautiful, breathtaking. So by the time I never made it to Sunset Cove this time I was here, I made it the last time. But this time I did at least make it to the top of Grand Palladium's main building. And those are pretty good views of the sunset as well. I'll tell you some extra random tips that I think will give you a better vacation experience, and then I'll talk about hurricane damage. But one random tip is that sometimes it rains. It's an island, but it will just blow over. Another tip is, as sexy as this swim up bar is and as fun as it is, just be careful and remember to wear your sunscreen or go there at this time of day when it's more shaded, because you will burn your back. It's really windy, so you really don't feel the heat at all here. And if you're too lazy to go all the way to Sunset Cove, they do put some jerk chicken on these guys at lunchtime, so you'll be able to get your jerk chicken fix. And this is at the bar that's located right next to the pool over by chess and stuff. Another random tip is do not commit to a drink too early. The drinks in Jamaica are super sweet, so your pina colada is not going to taste like your traditional pina colada you may be used to back home. So just to warn you, try one drink first before you start double fisting. And friendly reminder, you are on an island, so there's going to be wildlife. Like this crane came over to the pool every day. Sometimes they land on top of the little shades above your head, like the hut thing. And then sometimes you've got island cats. So if you're allergic to cats, just kind of keep an eye on your towels, because they'll jump on top of anything. This one just came right up to me and started, doing this to my friend's towel, and she's allergic to cats. So just trade your towel in and pretend it never happened. Now let's talk hurricane damage. So while you're walking, you're probably not even going to notice it unless you're looking for it. I was looking for it because I knew you guys would want to know. So while you're staying here at Grand Palladium Jamaica, you're definitely going to see some construction, or you'll see slabs where they're putting them in and then painting them. But there's definitely constant construction going on as they're fixing up the place. But for the most part, it doesn't affect your stay at all. You'll just see some downed trees here and there. And the only thing that was actually closed was this beach bar down on the water here. And on our last day, they did close the side of Lady Hamilton here, the whole lobby and everything, to do construction. But otherwise, you'd never know that they just had a major hurricane go through this past November. Like, everything looks pristine otherwise. And the Grand Palladium Jamaica side is definitely in much better shape than the Lady Hamilton side. And I've got so much more to tell you guys, so make sure you check out my next videos that will be coming up, like all the kinds of entertainment, all the food, all that fun stuff. Like, for example, did you know that they've got a glow-in-the-dark party going on? Or that they've got live music every night? They've also got whatever this is. They've got pool aerobics. They've got all kinds of games. It's almost like impossible to get bored here. There's so much going on. Or you can just be like me and just come and have a chill vacation, just kind of sit around, enjoy the views, have some good food and some good drinks, and re-energize. That's gonna be it for this video, but make sure you check out the room tour next, and I've also got a tour of the Jamaica airport and Montego Bay. And if you have any questions, as always, leave them in the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I'll see you in the next video.